Hey, welcome back everybody. We're going to be doing chili today, and I'm going to start off by using some guajillo and some ancho chilies. These are going to give it a combination of smoke and heat. Later on you're going to see me add Anaheim chili in there. Anaheim chilies add a little bit of an earthiness to it. I did char it first, but to start off what you're going to want to do is take your dry chilies, go ahead chop them up, and go ahead and chop up your Anaheim chili. If you want to use bell peppers or jalapenos, whatever you want to use, go ahead and use it, guys. But this is just a good mix for me. This is what I like to do. Now, I did char them slightly, and I put them in a metal bowl, let them steam for just a bit. I did the same thing with a few tomatoes. I only charred 2 of them, diced them up. After I diced them up, I went ahead, diced up the Anaheim peppers. And in the food processor, I'm going to add all of the dry chilies. And what you're going to do after it gets to a very fine consistency like milled pepper, what you're going to do is add a little bit of cumin, a little bit of oregano, and paprika. I added about 3 tablespoons of each to this. And I use some chipotle peppers. Now, the chipotle peppers are wet. That's going to go ahead and make a paste. And off camera, I added about half of the Anaheim peppers and half of the tomatoes. You can add oil here if you want, or some chicken broth or beef broth to thicken it up. But what I did next was I went ahead and started to sweat some onions. And what that's going to do is it's going to make something on the bottom of a pot called fond. And whenever my grandmother or my mom, anybody watches one of these videos, they always ask me why I'm using such big words, but those are the culinary terms for it. So shout out to mom, grandma, dad, everybody else who watches my videos. But yeah, so what I did here is I added a little bit of ground turkey, and before that I added some minced garlic. The next thing we're going to want to do is mix it around pretty good. You're going to see it stick to the side of the pan a little bit. Try to get it to brown just a bit, and when you start to see it brown, you're going to add a can of tomato paste. This is one of the little small cans, not too much. Mix it in really well, and when you start to smell the tomato sauce cooking, that's when you're going to add your chicken stock or beef stock, whatever stock you're using. This is going to deglaze the pan, and it's going to get all of that goodness called the fond off the bottom. I added a couple of bay leaves up here, and now I'm adding that chicken stock in. Go ahead, keep mixing it really well. If you want to add the paste now, it's the perfect time to do it. I added some beans first. I pre-cooked my beans. Those are kidney beans along with the rest of the Anaheim peppers, tomato, some white beans, and then I add my paste, and you're going to see me just start to work the paste into the broth, and that's going to thicken up. It took about a minute or 2 to get it to the right consistency, and once it gets like this, you're going to go ahead and cover it. Let it cook for about 2 or 3 hours if the beans are uncooked. If you're using canned beans, about an hour is good. Let the flavors get to know each other, and you're going to come out with a really thick, rich chili like this. Now, there's plenty of things that go with chili. My favorite thing is French fries, and so you're going to want to perfectly cut some potatoes, which I did not do. I actually cheated and I used a mandolin, but anyway, do that in this little method. Use cold oil in the pan and let it come up to temperature. This produces crispy fries, and that is it, guys. Go ahead and plate that up with a little bit of sour cream. I threw a little bay leaf on top for garnish. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I can't wait to get to the next video and show you guys what else we have for this season.